Okay. I'm live on a different stream. We did have 70 odd people there, and now I have 0 because I've had to start a fresh one. I'm just going to give you guys a chance to get on because I'm sure a few of you will come over. Could you just quickly put in the chat, Tim, to come over to the new stream, just in case people didn't hear? There's Anna. Anna's here. Anna Tidmarsh. So that's good. I'm just going to give you a second to all come over. Louise Haran is here. That's another one. That's good. That's good. That's good. Georgia, Ghost Hunter's here. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Good, good, good. Here they all are. Jules B, Carrie's, Belvedere, Tina Scarlett, Ebony Knights, Elias, Leslie Matthews, Jane Frederick is here as well. Morning, Gabby. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry about that. I'm getting so sick and tired of that. But this time it wasn't actually my phone's fault. YouTube have now introduced, when you set up a live, YouTube have introduced an extra button under advanced settings, and you have to click whether you want it to be horizontal or portrait mode. And obviously I didn't even touch it because I'm not used to going anywhere near that button when I was setting it up. And obviously it just went on to default, and that's why. And yeah, I've had this problem before because of my phone, but this time the problem was purely because of YouTube with an, it's not, you know, it's NewTube. It's a new feature from YouTube because the reason they're trying to get people to do it in portrait mode is because it's good for people that do shorts, and it helps the algorithm and stuff like that. So that's basically why. So we've got 61 people watching. Let me just quickly put in the old chat.
You can't. I tried it. There is no old chat.
Is what? Why? There is.
I couldn't see it.
Because Vinny's just said he's drank his coffee now. Hang on. Come over to new stream started. I'm so sorry, everyone. I can only apologise 1,000 times over. Right, so how are you all doing this lovely Monday morning? What a week it's been, right? There's too much racket going on in the kitchen. I need to keep this professional, please. Can you hear all that racket in the background? Excuse me.
Sorry.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep this professional, all right? We're a very professional YouTube family. What?
Exactly.
What?
How did you hear me? I was being quiet.
You weren't. I could hear cereal packets going. I could hear Holly talking to you and you talking back. I've got Smidge giving me daggers. It's all happening here. And Thumps is asleep. Could you imagine? If he wasn't, it would be absolute chaos. So anyway, I'm drinking my coffee this morning. I've got my coffee going. Good morning, Gabby and everyone in the chat. Hope you're all having a nice day. So if you do want a shout out, pop your comments now in the chat and I'll give you a shout out. And then I'm going to fill you all in on the week I've had. It has been one hell of a week. Right. Don't get me wrong. Nothing like really, really extreme. Like I could start my car and everything and I didn't have a flat tyre. Well, not this week anyway. And yeah, so nothing major's going on. So anyway, pop your comments in now. When I have my first sip of coffee, right, on the coffee morning, that's when I de-stress. Like when I get on and I get the stream started, I am a little bit like, come on, I've got to get here on time, and I'm not. I'm always late because I'm always flustered and there's always something that goes wrong. I'll sit here and I'll go, oh no, I need to get my charger, I need to get an extension, and I need to do this or I need to that, and Thump's not quite gone down to sleep yet, and yeah, it's all chaos. And why have we got Tiny Pop on? I need to have this on so I can see that it's all right. Because I've heard that when you do a live stream now and you watch it on the TV, all this, all the chat comes up on the right-hand side. So I just want to check that. Can you do that for me? Thank you, Sexy Pants. Tim, would you like to come on and say hi to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Why? What's wrong with how you look? You look great.
I look horrendous.
Anyway, speaking of Tim looking horrendous, did anybody see on...
Excuse me.
No, you don't
YouTube.
look horrendous at all. But what I was about to say,
YouTube.
you were the one that just said you looked horrendous, not me.
You said talking of Tim looking horrendous.
Well, I
did
meant
anybody see-
about the subject that you just mentioned.
Yeah, Tim looking horrendous.
What I meant is, did anyone
YouTube.
see the comment that somebody had put up? It was actually on my channel, actually. Somebody put it up. I don't really think this person meant to be cruel, but I think it was like a cruel comment without somebody realising it was coming across really cruel.
So it depends on what TV you've got.
Yeah, our TV, we haven't got the chat going across.
That's the new smart TV as well.
Fabulous. It's a little bit close for my liking, but we'll accept it. We'll take it. Somebody had put, I can't check because my phone's here. I can't check. What did they put again, Tim? I did send it to you in a message, didn't I?
I'm looking fat.
About Tim.
I'm starting to look fat. And to be honest, I know I am.
Some of these comments are laughable though, aren't they? They do make you die. I mean, you're not really obese or nothing, are you? Do you know what I mean? So, I won't-
You are a bit on the porky side, is that what you're saying?
Tim, Holly, that makes you just as bad as the others, all right? So,
I didn't say that. It sounded like that was what you were going to say, because you were like, oh, but you're not obese, but you are fat.
no, I wasn't going to say that at all. My way of saying that is
And
you
I
don't
was-
really need to worry.
I was going to say, actually, Tim is not fat.
I
at
don't
all.
think he is. I mean,
I know he calls me fat, but I will actually say...
no, he doesn't. God, do you know what? Kids love to stretch the truth, don't they? Like, the other day, I was speaking to Mel, right, which is Holly's boyfriend's mum, and I don't see Mel very often. And when Holly goes to Mel's house, she will sit there in the lounge with them and watch TV. And with me and Tim, she does now and again, but not very often. And she'll mainly go to her room and be on the phone to Ryan. Maybe it's because Ryan's there, I don't know. And I said to Mel the other night, I can't believe she watches TV with you. When she's at home with us, I said she's mainly in her room on her phone. And Holly went, no, I'm not. And I thought, Holly, you're making me look a liar. Yeah, like you are. And Mel's thinking, oh, how could you say something so mean about your daughter? And I'm thinking, I'm not. I'm telling the truth. But Holly's gone, no, I don't. No, I don't. Totally in denial. Anyway, this is the comment. This made me die. Like, I don't really think this person is trying to be mean. I just think that, you know, when people just don't realise they're being a little bit on the rude side. I think it was more aimed like that. It's like when that person said, my mum looked like the Wicked Witch of the West. To be fair, my mum did giggle at that. But it wasn't, I think it was just their form of bants. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they meant to be. But this person has put, because Tim was talking about how he looked and how he felt like he was, you know, putting on a bit of weight. But hey, try being a woman. You bloat every month. Do you know what I mean? Like when I go on holiday, when I don't want to bloat, I'm bloating when I want to get in that bikini. Trust me, because it's all about time of the month and water retention and stuff like that. So anyway, men, don't worry about it. Women have it once a month. So this person puts, well, Tim, stop having coffees, lots of calories and pancakes, fish and chips, and don't eat anything for the sake of it. I have noticed you are getting bigger. I am not being horribly, they put, but I think they meant horrible, because I was fat once. You could say it's not completely cruel, because they're kind of putting themselves down as well at the same time, but like, what? That's just a little bit, I just think that was a bit rude without realising. Do you know what I mean? Like, the most important thing to do is to not talk about people's weight. If you think someone's getting a little bit bigger, which Tim's not, might I add, and trust me, I'm the one that fancies him, I'm the one that's married to him, I'll be the first to tell him I think he's getting fat. And I don't think he is at all. And even if he did, I'd still fancy him probably, but he's not. And the point I'm trying to make is, you just don't pass judgment on somebody's weight unless somebody said, let me know in the comments, do you think I'm getting fat? And then you're asking for it, aren't you? You're blatantly going out there saying, I need your opinion. And that's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean?
It's just very random, isn't it?
Oh, so random. So random. Anyway, let's but you know, we've had worse, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, let's say hi to some of the people in the chat. Let's see who we've got. How many people we got now? Yes, that's picked up. Nice. We've got 146. I'm chuffed with that. Right, I'm going to start from the beginning so I make sure that I get everyone. We've got Christine Parsons, Craig Cargill. By the way, thank you to all the mods that give up your morning. We've got Diane Price, Pauline Grigg, Dave Irwin. We've got Sally. Anna, I've already said hi to Anna. We've got Peter Anderson. We've got Barry Coppock in the chat. Typical chaotic start to the week. I know. It wouldn't be right if there wasn't some chaos, would it? Michelle Butterworth is here. Tamara C. Mark Fitz. Kelly Coleman. Ebony Knights. Charlotte 19. Hazel Manship. Marge Collins. Tina Scarlett. Coral Gledhill is here. Luke Langley. Joanne J. Hiya. Hazel Manship. Andy Mullaney. Vinnie M. Wendy Copcut is here. Hiya, Wendy. You're here. Nice to see you. Hi, Gabby. My week didn't end well. Somebody keyed my car all across one side in the hospital car park. Oh my God, why? Why? Why would somebody just go and key someone's car randomly? Oh, doesn't that really aggravate you? Like,
Jealousy.
oh my God. What has Wendy done to hurt anyone? Nothing. Oh, it makes you sick. I don't know. Maybe some like youth did it for a laugh or something, and it's so out of order, man. Was there any CCTV in that hospital car park, Wendy? Anyway, I've had my car keyed, and I had to replace all 6 panels, and that was on a Peugeot I had, and that was an ex's partner. Yeah, that ex dumped me, so I really didn't understand that one at all. But it's you know, at the end of the day, what goes around comes around, and it says more about that person than yourself, although it is expensive to sort out, right? Diana Price, did I say Diana Price? I think I did. Lynn Tilmouth, Tilmouth, I don't know if I pronounced that right, Lynn. I think it's Tilmouth. Julie C, Aaron Bloomberg is here. Jules B, Kirsty Barr. Hi Gabby, keep up the good work. I'm a new subscriber. Kirsty from Chesterfield. Can I have a shout out? Well, you've just had your shout out, Kirsty. My dad's from Chesterfield, Kirsty. From Hollingwood. Not Hollywood. Hollingwood. Must not mistake the two. Tina Scarlett says, do you have a bib on a Monday and Friday? That's me on my bike. Do you hear... Oh, right, I read that wrong. I thought you were asking me if I had a bib, like if I wore a baby bib. I was like, I'm well confused about that comment. You mean tooting your horn? I'm with you. No, I don't. I didn't hear it. I'm usually fast asleep, Tina. Walk with me, Tim is here. Fancy seeing you. By the way, Tim, I know that you need pyjamas, but...
I'm not wearing pyjamas. This just goes like...
They're not pyjamas, they're loungewear, but I just want to say...
Coffee.
What?
You want your coffee?
No, I've got my coffee. I just want to say that you look sexy even when you first wake up in the morning.
On the live, you'd never say that normally.
Yes, I would. I do say that, don't I, Holly? I constantly call him sexy pants. So I do.
Sexy pants. You don't look at me and go, oh yeah, you look so sexy this morning.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Maybe not when I first wake up because I'm just opening up my eyes, but I do say it and I do mean it. Hang on, let me just quickly go back because I know John Webster has sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much, John. John, I hardly ever see you on the morning lives. How come you're on this morning? Are you having a bit of time out? It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for that. James Robinson is here. Slightly rub the thumps up, friends, and I'm not sure, but on my telephone, some likes have disappeared. I don't know, James, is this because like we stopped and started again? I'm not sure. That might be why. Mouse Charger is here. Mouse Charger. Hayley Marie is here. Hi to you. Good morning, Gabby, Tim, Holly, and Thumps. We are all here. It is a chaotic house this morning. Hope you're all well. I love your Monday morning chats every week. And I love your pink top. Thank you very much. It's actually purple. Just trying to, I've had it for a few years now. I think it's from Boohoo, actually. Is it Boohoo?
I don't know.
Can't remember now.
I was going to say that I remember you wearing that in Hurghada.
I did wear it in Hurghada, so it's quite old now, isn't it? And that was a long time ago that I went there.
It won't be long till you ask me to sell it.
I know, I'll probably be saying to Holly in the next week, pop this on Vinted. Because she's still going very strong with the Vinted account, aren't you? Belvedere, hi to you. Linda D is here. Gabby, can you give me a shout out? Curled up on the couch. This menopause is a nightmare. I'm seeing a gynecologist next Monday. Hey, it's only took nearly a year. The NHS here in Glasgow is awful. Do you know, I'm going to actually touch upon the NHS today, actually. I was going to sort of tell you what had been going on in my week, actually. So I'm actually going to just speak about it. Because the doctors are on strike at the moment, aren't they? Which is a little bit of a nightmare. Claire B has been a channel member for 4 months. Way, how are you doing, Claire, anyway? How are you getting on? Craig Cargill has sent in a super chat. Tim, it's not fat, it's muscle. I 100% agree. 100% muscle and sexiness. Barry Kopak has been a member for 11 months. 11 months of sheer joy, he says. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't believe that do you know, I was saying to Tim the other day, how long have I been doing coffee mornings for now? And it's been how many months was it? I started doing this in, was it February? I remember now. It'll soon be a year. Can you believe that? Soon coming round. My mum is here. Oh, Mum, I did say I was going to call you and I haven't called you yet. I will catch up with you, Mum, after this, I promise. I don't know where I've left off because the chat went all faded. Hang on. Lynn Davies, got Lynn Davies. Nikki Piper is here. I did get Nikki Piper. I think Anthony Bandolo, Ali McNally, Pauline Grigg, Andrew Lane, Darren Lewis, Diane Price, Tracy Abbott, Leslie Matthews, Rachel Rayford, good morning. Gabby, good morning to you. Kelly Coleman. I definitely have said Kelly Coleman, I'm sure I have. Unless it was last week and I can't remember. James Watson, hi from Leeds, Gabby. Hi, James, thank you for joining this morning. Lee Davis is here. Lucy's Adventure Exploring channel. Robert Curry, Andrew Lane, Carly Thomas. I think I've said it. I think I kind of covered everybody. I'm sure I have. Anyway, if I have missed anyone, I'd just like to apologise. It can be a little bit tricky because I'm just following the chat solely on my phone and I get like 5 comments come up and then it fades and I have to keep clicking on it to refresh and then it'll only go so far back. So I try to keep up the best I can. I don't like to leave anybody out if I can help it. So anyway, how has your week been, everybody? So mine started off with a coffee morning. So I was drinking coffee here with you guys. It's a good start to the week, all very, very nice and rosy. And then me and Tim headed to Center Parcs. We got there, torrential rain. Okay, so it was a little bit of an iffy start, to be honest. And then it got all right, and then we were vlogging and stuff like that. So it was quite nice. And there were some few people like at Center Parcs that watched Tim's channel that come and said hello to us, and that was really nice as well, because if like people sort of do see us, it's really nice when people come and introduce themselves, because then we can put like faces to the names and we know, you know, it all becomes a little bit more real to us, because from where we're standing we just see like the numbers on the screen, like 100. It's so strange, like now there's 167 people watching, and I can't actually imagine sitting down doing a coffee morning with, imagine if there were 167 people sat in front of me. It feels really weird and it's a little bit surreal. So I don't, when you're on this side of the camera, you don't really look at it like that. So when people come and say hi, it's really, really nice, because then you can put faces to numbers and then that just feels a bit more real, and that's lovely. That's why I like ask you guys to send in your pictures with your coffee cups and stuff like that. I think that's really nice as well, because you know, then it does feel real. So yeah, I like that. So we had a really, really good week and everything. And like, I know what you were saying about like menopause. I'm not going through menopause or anything, but oh my God, this week I have been so hormonal. My emotions have been well up and down. I feel a bit bad. I was waiting for you to like nib in a little bit there.
Well, you haven't even admitted that to me.
Well, I'm not going to admit it to you, am I? Because I want you to think that everything's cushy, because like when we have arguments, you're the one that's got to be in the wrong, obviously. So yeah, if he's to say, are you a little bit hormonal, then the answer is no, this is all your fault. No, but I have been, my emotions have been a little bit all over the place, and I don't know why. And when I'm a little bit hormonal and I'm like high and then I'm low, high and then low, and it's really weird. And I've got and if you're wondering what this is on my face, I'm going to tell you about that as well in a minute. But the truth of the matter is, and I didn't really admit this to Tim, but I did leave my antidepressants at home. And so I had to like cope for the duration of the week without them. And usually I'm all right like for the first couple of days. And then if I haven't had one, I start to feel a little bit dippy. I can't explain it. Like it's a real like, I don't know, things start to feel like not so bright. How can I explain it? Like things that I'd be really I have this really I can't be bothered feeling, and I feel lethargic, and I just can't really see the point and things like that. And then like, yeah, and I just feel a bit grumpy in general, and I can't snap out of it, and it's so hard. And usually that's because if you stop taking like an antidepressant, you're meant to wean off them. You're not supposed to just come off them. And that's happened to me a couple of times. But I didn't want to say anything to Tim because there's nothing he could do about it, because we're in Nottingham, and you know what it's like. If you were to ring up the NHS, they won't give you a prescription to go and pick up in the local pharmacist, because I've been like it with inhalers. And I remember me and my mum being in Center Parcs. Oh, thank you, sexy, because I love you. Well, I love you more. So thank you. I really appreciate that, darling. Yeah, me and my mum, we were in Center Parcs in January, and I'm asthmatic, and I use 2 different inhalers. I use a pink inhaler, which is a preventer, and I use a blue inhaler, which is one if you're having like an attack, or if you're really struggling, you have to take it and it's an instant relief. And usually I don't need to use the blue one at all, because I take the pink, and that will stop me from, yeah, I just won't really need my blue. I can go for weeks and weeks without using the blue inhaler, because the pink really does work, you know, and the pink is essential. And usually if I'm having like, if it's summertime, I can bring my dosage down to like 1 puff in the evening and one puff in the morning on my preventer. And when I go to the asthma clinic, they know I've got it under control, and I know my asthma, and I know I've had it my whole life, and I know how to deal with it. And I went to Center Parcs, and I have a medicine bag, and I left the medicine bag on the side, which has got things in, and it had my pink inhaler in it. And it wasn't till I was like a day in, because usually like one night I might forget to take it or whatever, because I hadn't properly unpacked. And then the next day I was like, oh my God, I don't have my pink inhaler. What am I going to do? And I rang the doctor's surgery, and they were like, well, we can't really prescribe you it. And I went, just, you can, it's on repeat. You know, my doctor, they went, we got to speak to your doctor, and then your doctor's got to do that. I went, I'm on the system. I'm asthmatic. I've been on there my whole life. I just need you to send out a prescription to the local pharmacist. And they were going, well, we can't do it on this channel. You need to go back to the board, and you need to dial number 3, and then number 3 will put you on. And I'm thinking, do you know what? By the time I get hold of someone, I'll be dead at this rate, because I'm going to stop breathing. And well, I know that's a little bit dramatic, but when you don't have your inhaler, panic sets in. And panic, it does it kills people, the panic, you know, you have to remain calm. And I get in a right state. If I know I haven't got it there, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do if I need it and I haven't got it, and start stressing and stuff. And anyway, I was like, I really do need to get this pink inhaler into me. And it was just like pulling teeth. And in the end, I just didn't bother with it. I just thought, I've spent my whole trip in Center Parcs stressing about it. We left a day early anyway. And I just thought, well, I'm going to go home now anyway. So, because Thetford's not too far if you need to get back. But I just thought, that's completely ruined it. Why? If I'm on the system, I mean, I pay for my prescriptions. Like, I'll go and I'll pay. I don't get anything for free or anything like that. All I needed was it issued, and it was on repeat. So why could they not just send it to the local pharmacist? But there was just so many, well, we can't. And I'm like, so what's the alternative then? I stop breathing. Do you know what I mean? Just send the thing out, for God's sake. You know, I'm entitled to it. I'm going to pay for it. Just do it. And it's like, no, well, we can't do this and we can't do that. And I thought to myself, are you really just trying to make life difficult? Because it feels like you are. You wait till it's too late. But having said that, there is a lot of good from the NHS. You know, sometimes I can't thank them enough. So it's a little bit bittersweet sometimes with the NHS. Some things they're amazing with, and then some things you just want to, like when I ring up to make a doctor's appointment, I'm number 16 in the queue and I've been on hold for nearly 2 hours. Well, okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but a good hour anyway. And it's just a nightmare. And then you get through and ask if you can make a doctor's appointment, and it's too, like they'll say, well, we can make you one for this date, and it will be like the end of the month, and you'll be like, well, I won't be ill then, I'll be all right by then, so that's no good. And then when you really play on it a little bit more, they go, well, we could get you the same day appointment with a duty doctor. And I'm like, well, that's a bit more like it, isn't it? You know, so it's like, I know that they've got to prioritise and stuff like that, but when you make a doctor's appointment these days, 2 weeks time, end of the month, really, that's a nightmare, isn't it? But, you know, it is like bittersweet. Some things they're great with, some things they're not so great with. So anyway, doctors are on strike at the moment, aren't they? And I was quite lucky this week and I did get in, and this is why my chin's black, right? So I haven't been beaten up or anything like that, but I've got a few. I did actually check in with the super louders, and I did a little lot, like not a live, but a little video explaining what happened. So that I've got a plaster on my arm, I've got a lump on my leg, which you can't see, which is fabulous because obviously this is only head and shoulders. So that's a bonus that you can't see my leg. So I basically had my moles frostbited off. I mean, to be fair, people go, I didn't realise you had a mole, but basically the one on my arm was pretty obvious and the one on my leg was, and they had to go. And it's just that because I went in there, I thought I'm going to get him to zap my face. I've got like a very small one on my face as well at the same time. So I thought I'll just see if he can zap that too. So we did all 3 in one hit, and he's basically said, you know, they'll change colour and then they'll just fall away. So it's weird because the actual spot itself doesn't look like it's changing colour at all. It's just like the outside of it. So it's really weird. And I have actually put concealer on this morning, but I could think, oh, should I cancel my coffee morning because I've got a massive black bit on my face? But I don't really care, to be honest. But I put a plaster on this, and this is really bad because this was actually blistering over. And when I was breastfeeding Fumps in the middle of the night, he yanked it and he popped the blister and everything. And I was like, no. So that's going to take forever to heal. But in all respect, when I went and had these moles checked out, this was hilarious. Obviously, I've got a new doctor, as we all know, you know my story. And I'm very teary and I was very upset that I'd had to move doctors. But so far, so good, you know, the doctors, they're all right, you know. But I went to see about these moles, and the doctor said, oh, the moles you've got, they're harmless, but do go to reception, make an appointment to see Dr. Gibson because he's the professional that will take the moles off. And don't get me wrong, Dr. Gibson's really, really lovely, and he just got on with it and he was amazing. But when I first went to make the appointment with Dr. Gibson, I said to the receptionist, oh, please can I make an appointment with Dr. Gibson? I did say his name about 10 times then. She went, you'll be lucky. And I thought, that's not very professional, is it? Come on. Do you know what I mean? It's really not professional to turn around and say that to me. But she went, you'll be lucky. I went, oh, okay. Thanks. Bye then. And I was like, I've never really experienced customer care like that in my life. That was just point blank. That was just that was a no. That was a no. And then when I went to have my flu jab, the asthma clinic had rang the receptionist said, you're due a asthma review. And I was like, okay. And they went, but you're coming in for a flu jab, so we'll do it all at the same time because it's the same nurse you need to see. So I'll book them both together. I went, fabulous, great, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I went into the doctor's surgery and I had my flu jab, and I sat there and I thought, they hadn't said nothing about asthma. And I went, am I supposed to be having my asthma review at the same time? And she went, no, I would never do that at the same time as flu jabs. And I went, oh, I said, because they made me an appointment to have my asthma review at the same time. And she went, no, I wouldn't do that. I went, what's wrong with this surgery? Like, I went, it's so strange. I said, because I went to make an appointment with a doctor that a doctor advised me to do. And when I asked to make the appointment, the receptionist come back at me and said, you'll be lucky. And then she just laughed and went, oh, and laughed. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, see you later then. So I've got no asthma review lined up now, and I could ring them, but I haven't got an hour to spare to sit in the queue, not until I start feeling really desperate with my asthma anyway. So that was that. But I did, my mum did say, you need to get on the phone, you need to chase about that Dr. Gibson. You've been told to make this appointment with him. You need to chase that and don't really settle for you'll be lucky and leave it. You've got to get that appointment. And I was like, yeah, because they are really bugging me, these things, and I do want them zapped off. And then I rang again and they did say, well, what you should do is you should make an appointment to see Dr. Da-da-da. And I went, can't even remember the name that they advised. I went, well, that's not Dr.
Dr. Da-da-da.
Yeah. I don't know what his name was, so I've just replaced it with da-da-da. I just replaced it with that. And they said, I went, yeah. I said, does he remove moles? And they went, no. And I went, so why do we need to see him then? She went, so they can look at him. I went, but that's what I'm saying to you. The doctor told me to contact that doctor because the doctor has already looked at them. He's looked at them. I thought, I'm really going to say it slow and everything so they understand a little bit more. And then she went, well, you'll have to go on a waiting list. I went, it's fine. I said, how long's the waiting list? And she went, I can't tell you that. I went, okay. I went, well, how about give me a little rough idea? Because the thing is, if it's a long wait, I might just go and pay and have them done. And she went, I really couldn't tell you. I went, are we talking weeks? Are we talking days? Are we talking months? Years? She went, oh no, not years. And I went, well, that's a relief. I went, so we're talking months then? She went, maybe. And I went, well, at least I know what we're aiming for. Cheers. You know, that's great. And then luckily it took about 2 weeks and then they rang me up and said, we can get you an appointment. And I thought, thank God. And then I got this appointment and this doctor was absolutely incredible. Can't big him up enough. He just got on with it. Was like, let's get them off. And he was fab. So yeah, he was great. But the procedure to get to him was like pulling teeth. Oh my God. And I can actually, speaking of pulling teeth, I can actually get an appointment with my dentist easier than I can the local doctor. And you can't even get an appointment with your dentist, so that's saying something. So yeah, that was a bit of a procedure. But yeah, going back to the hormone situation and that, oh my God, I totally went off the beaten track there. But yeah, my hormones were completely up and down, but I had to struggle my way through, and now I'm just sort of getting back on track. It's really hard. So women that are going through menopause as well, I haven't reached that point yet, but I'm absolutely dreading it because just in general, my hormones are really, really up and down. So I just think it must be so hard, really hard. Barry says, you pay for the dentist. I do. I have two different dentists actually. I have one that does some, well, he's done it's a different dentist surgery because the dentist that I have at the moment, I do pay, but it's NHS, so you know what I mean, the standard procedure. But I wanted some work done on my teeth that they wouldn't do. They were just being a bit. My dentist is really difficult as well. She's really I can't explain it, but she's just really difficult. She just seems to make everything really awkward. You can't just go in there. I feel like she's just waiting to nail me for everything. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, I just hate it. It's not a pleasure at all. I feel like I'm going in there and I'm having an appointment with an old headmistress or something. It's horrible. And anyway, I wanted some work done on my teeth that they wouldn't do. And then I went to a different dentist and they said to me, well, why do you want that done on your teeth for? And I said, well, because I've got these gaps and blah, blah, blah. And he went, well, I said, I need to have a brace really, but I don't want to have, because the dentist was saying, you need to have train tracks. And I was like, not at this age, I'm not walking around with train tracks. If I was younger, maybe, but I'm at that point now where I'm a singer and stuff like that. And I don't want to go down that road. I'm too old for that now. And anyway, I went to see a different dentist that I paid a bit more for, and he said, why do you need a brace? And I said, because I've got these gaps. And he said, the reason you've got them gaps, he said, is because your teeth are narrow. You need to have some smart bonding done. And he said, if you had a brace, the gap would just move. He said, it's not going to make the teeth any wider, this brace. He said, it'll straighten them out. Yeah, but it's not going to fill your gap. And if you want to fill that gap, the brace isn't the solution. And they wouldn't do smart bonding for me at my normal dentist. So I paid this dentist to do it. And no word of a lie, my confidence increased so much after seeing this dentist. And it was the best. I said to my mum the other day, seeing that dentist was the best move I ever made. And I was advised to not have it done. But, and don't get me wrong, with smart bonding, after I think it's like 5 years, you might have to have a little bit of a top up on it, you know, but it was so much more refreshing for me to walk around with my smart bonding done rather than gaps, you know. And I just felt, you do feel like, I was talking about it to the super louders the other day, you do feel quite conscious of, hang on, my battery mode just came on. You feel quite conscious of yourself when you're a singer and you're getting dressed up and, you know, you've got to try and look the part and stuff, and you do get self-critical, you know, don't you? I mean, I think it's only natural, and we were saying this the other day, but yeah, these gaps. And I look at my wedding pictures as well, and obviously we've got 2 canvases of the wedding day, and I can see my gaps in my wedding pictures, and I look at them now and go, oh, I wish I'd have had that done before the wedding and stuff, because I'm smiling with gaps in my teeth, and it's, oh yeah, I'm very conscious of it. I just got to put my phone on charge, hang on. Because I let my battery drain. 1 second, everyone. La 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 la, talk to yourselves. God, I tell you what, we're having a bit of an NHS rant today, but it sounds awful, but I'm not like moaning about the NHS, because the NHS are absolutely amazing at the same time. So it's not so much their work is great, it's just getting hold of them. Do you know what I mean? That's the hard bit. Do you know what I mean? And that's the rant I'm having. I'm like, oh my god, why is it so hard? I never remember it being like that when I was a kid at all. I just remember getting appointments quite easy. Tim is romantic, yeah. I'm just having a little read through and see if I can catch up on some of your chat. Hang on. Thank you, Hazel. Hazel's saying hit the likes. Craig says, Gabby, is Tim taking you to lunch today? Well, I don't know about that. Might go for a coffee though. He never said anything about lunch. James Robinson, where is the like button on a TV? Oh no, that's Jules B. Hang on, Jules B. James Robinson, where is the like button on a TV? I don't think it is on a TV, is it? I don't think it is. You're all talking about the likes button. I'm loving it. Jules B says, it must be considered cosmetic rather than a serious dental problem. Jules, that's probably what it is. But that the thing is, I was prepared to like pay for it, but they just wouldn't do it at all. So I don't know. It's just a little bit strange. But speaking about the NHS and the strikes and stuff like that, this week had been a really, really difficult week for us, because my nan, well, my grandma had a fall, and my grandma is 95, so she's quite old. She's good for 95 though. She's pretty amazing. And this is what I was speaking to the super louders about, because I was on my way to work. I was feeling a little bit emotional. I've had a few tears this weekend actually. And yeah, my grandma, she's the most amazing woman ever. Like, for 95, you just wouldn't believe she was 95. And she lives alone, but she has like my aunties and uncles sort of take it in turns to stay with her, because she obviously needs assistance, and she's been doing amazing. And basically, while I was in Centre Parks, she had a fall in the night, and like, my dad didn't let me know, because my dad didn't want to worry me, which is nice of Dad. That is nice for him to do that. But like say, it's awful to come back from your break. Well, it was a working break, but it's awful to come back to that news, you know. It's never nice. And my dad is always trying to be really positive about things all the time, and he's always like, yeah, she's doing well, blah 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 blah. And he's always, everything's on the up with him in that respect. But it's quite funny though, because when we're on the road and we're on the way to a gig, it's moan. So but when the chips are down, everything's positive. But in general, he loves to have a good old moan. So yeah, I thought I'll go round and see her. And basically, she's broke a shoulder, and a broken shoulder is probably, well, not probably, it is nasty for anybody, let alone someone whose bones are a little bit brittle because they're 95 years old. So I've been really, really upset about that really this week, and I've been round there a few times to sort of see her and stuff. And you know, it's never nice, is it, to see somebody that you love in pain and struggling. And because she's 95, she's only on certain sort of painkillers and that, so she's literally just like taking it. And I've been round to see her, and she is like oohing and ahhing now and again, and I can see she's in pain, but she's not like moaning too much about it. She's such a tough bird that she's just like just taking it, and she's just every so often she'll go ooh like that, and she'll just grin and bear it. And I can see she's in pain, and it's really paining me to see her in pain. But when she had the fall in the middle of the night, obviously they say, don't they, that well, what I learned when I did my first aid courses at the camp, they say that, you know, if someone's fell or something like that, then you don't move the injured person, you leave them where they are in case so you don't prevent further injury. And obviously she fell, and I don't know the whole story ins and outs, but basically the ambulance was going to take 10 hours to get to her. And obviously she's a 95-year-old woman, and the thing is, I think they were all on strike that actual time as well. I don't even know if they still are on strike. I'm not overly sure. But yeah, I just thought, wow, like how bad are things? Do you know what I mean? To the point where the ambulance is going to take 10 hours to get to a 95-year-old woman who's broke her shoulder and can't move. You know, that's sad, that is. I think that's a really sad situation. And I did actually read about, not read, but watch on the news that had happened because there weren't enough ambulance staff and stuff like that. But with them being on strike, it's even worse when they go on strike, because then there's nobody. You know, it's bad enough as it is, and I suppose they're going on strike to make this point because they want more staff, and I don't know why they're on strike, and if they're on strike for more money, I don't know the ins and outs. I've not been paying much attention to it. I'm just guessworking here, but it's either going to be money or they want more staff, or I don't know, something along them lines. But all I know is by going on strike, my grandma had to wait 10 hours for an ambulance. I mean, that's insane.
Is that because it wasn't life-threatening?
Yeah, I suppose they prioritise it, don't they? So I suppose if someone's got a breathing difficulty, because the first thing they ask on the phone is the patient breathing? And I suppose if you say no, you're prioritised and they get into you first, and they've got like a priority list. So I suppose in my grandma's state, they were like, well, something's broken, but she's breathing, so as far as we're concerned, it's not a priority. So you go down the list, but down that list, you are 10 hours later. And it's a sad situation. I think it's a sad situation when someone you love is waiting for an ambulance for 10 hours, you know, and they're in pain and they can't move. And it's hard enough to pick up a 95-year-old anyway without picking up a 95-year-old with a broken shoulder. So yeah, I was pretty upset about the fact that they just happened to be on strike at the time. Like, why couldn't they have gone on strike a different week? Why? Why did they go on the week when my nan had a fall? My God. Jodie says, my mum had a panic thing installed. She could shout from anywhere in the home and it would connect her to emergency people. Didn't even need a phone line. Worked on a slim card. Oh, that's good, Jodie. Jodie, you have to PM me that and sort of explain that a bit further, because that sounds really, really good. Kelly said, when I had my heart attack a few weeks ago, ambulance was here within minutes. Yeah, again, Kelly, I think it is like a priority. It's priority, isn't it? Because if you say you're not breathing or you've got certain pains and something that's going along the lines of a heart attack, they will get you quicker. Although someone at the holiday park that I worked at had a heart attack, and they said the ambulance was going to be 3 hours. And they weren't 3 hours though, they were quicker. But the funny thing is, we did have people in our work were doing CPR on this gentleman, and eventually, when they were doing it, everyone was like, oh my God, where are the paramedics? Where are the paramedics? Like, we really need them now, you know. And it was really like touch and go. And eventually, when they turned up, there must have been about 3 or 4 paramedic cars turned up. So we suddenly had like a whole army of them. So they all came in one hit. And we didn't really need that many. But there was just like a whole army. And they eventually did get there, but it was just a little bit too late. So that was a really sad situation again. And you do think to yourself, well, if they'd got it sooner, would it have been okay? But respect to like my team that I had underneath me, because they were really You know, as much as I moan about my team at work, because obviously I was in charge of lifeguards, they were well good with this situation and they were on it and they worked really, really hard, and it affected them emotionally as well. I think it really affected them, but the good thing is they just knuckled down and prioritized, and yeah, they were amazing. It is all about like coming together, I think. Do you know what I mean? And it's all about a bit of teamwork and that, because I don't think that the ambulance thing can be helped because of their situation, but why go on strike? There's got to be another way, isn't there, than keep going on strike for these things, because it don't help, does it, in some situations. Rosie says, ambulances are prioritised into categories. You are correct. I work in ED. It's heartbreaking, but there are so many calls. The ambulances weren't on strike to my knowledge. They definitely were in our area, 100%. Well, I don't know if you're in the same area as us or what, but definitely in our area they were definitely on strike, and there were doctors on strike as well at the same time. From what we heard, because obviously my grandma did get to hospital eventually, and they did let her know firsthand the situation. So there was definitely a strike of some description going on in our area anyway. It's getting a little bit of a debate going, isn't it? Yeah, I'm reading all these. It's awful, isn't it, though? But looking on the plus side, like I say, it's been a difficult week, but on the plus side, perking everybody up, because it's getting loads of debates going, because everyone's had some sort of like, not debate in a horrible way, but it's getting people chatting about their experiences and stuff. So, and probably bringing back memories, because everyone's been in a similar situation with someone they either know or have worked with, or know someone that's been in that situation, and it's hard, isn't it? Heart and stroke was priority 1, now considered not life-threatening. Is that true, Barry? No way. Georgia Ghost Hunter says, it's my birthday, I've turned 21, yay. That's the perfect time to bring that up, Georgia, actually, because, right, I think we all need cheering up, don't we, after our little rant. But yeah, let me just, to put that conversation to bed, right, just to finish that off, a few pointers. First one is my grandma is on the up, so that's good, and I'm pleased about that. I went to see her yesterday. She looked a lot brighter, so that is a tick. So I'm pleased about that. That makes my heart feel a lot better. And second of all, our NHS are brilliant. I'm not slating the NHS in any way, shape or form, because my last doctor I had was amazing. The doctor I saw the other day was amazing. So they are good, and what they did during COVID was amazing. My only problem is getting through and getting there. Do you know what I mean? To get the transition from needing one and wanting one and getting a result done is a challenge. It's exhausting. It's really, really hard. So that's the only kind of like thing I'm moaning about. Although I've been a receptionist before, and if someone said to me, can I make an appointment to see a doctor, I probably wouldn't respond with, you'll be lucky. There are other ways that are a bit more professional to put things. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not a cool way to do it. But it happened, and I'm moving on, and that's great. And it is Georgia's birthday, so a big happy birthday to Georgia. There is another birthday as well, because I have got a few, got 181 people watching. Wow, that's great. That is great. Did you all like our little rant about everything? I will Tim, but I can't join in. What? Are we all singing, are we?
No.
Right, hang on. Let me, hang on. Why am I on your messages? I need to go on my messages. Hang on. You know I'm not good with the computer, everyone. And then I've also got to touch upon another little subject, actually. Hang on. Have I been ranting for too long, do you reckon, Tim? Yeah. Right. I've got some lovely comments to read out. I haven't got any vicious comments this week, so I'm loving that. Yes, so not only is it Georgia's birthday, but it's also Lisa May Stanbridges, just in case there might be a few Lisa Mays, or maybe a few Lisas. Brother's birthday, Malcolm his name is, and he's 36 years old. So we've got one that's 36 and we've got one that's 21. So let's sing happy birthday, shall we? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Georgia and Malcolm. Happy birthday to you. Jules says we all love a rant. Yep, we've got to, haven't we? We've got to have a little bit of a rant. We don't have to be trolls about it, but we can rant. Anyway, big happy birthday to Malcolm and Georgia. I think Malcolm's had his birthday because I got this message a few days ago. But big happy birthday to Georgia and happy belated birthday to Malcolm. So I just wanted to mention that. Jodie says, I don't know how to PM you on YouTube, but it's called Live Connect 24 Panic Alarm. All right, thank you, Jodie. I'll definitely look back on that. Thank you. Marge says, my birthday is on Friday, the 20th of October, sharing with my twin brother. Oh, do you know what? How do you feel about sharing a birthday with your twin? I know you don't probably know any different, but Tim always feels a bit gutted, don't you? Because Tim's a twin. And he's always like, I've never had a birthday of my own.
Not as an adult, but as kids I did.
Oh, as kids?
Yeah.
Because you always had to share your party.
Well, yeah, but you the spotlight. When it's your birthday, you feel all special as a kid. But when you're a twin, it's not just you.
Yeah.
So
You're not centre of
you'll never
attention.
have it, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, So Tim has just said that when you have a birthday, when you're a twin, you know, it's almost like the glory's split. So you don't feel as special. But I don't know, maybe other people do. I don't know, maybe that's just Tim's version of it. I wouldn't know, I'm not a twin. I've always had the limelight on me for my birthday. Yeah, baby. Simon Putty, is Tim's twin scared of bed bugs? I don't think she's a fan of bed bugs, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't think that she likes them very much. I mean, I don't really think she's had, touch wood on this, I don't think she's had first-hand experience with them. So I think if she had, yeah, she would probably feel the same as Tim, to be fair. I think most people would. I think once you've experienced it, you don't want that again. So then you become a little bit more anal about checking, don't you? We do. We check. I'm not too stressed about it, but I do check because I just think that's standard procedure now because I don't really fancy it. Do you know what I mean? I don't really fancy laying in a bed with some wrigglies. So, and yeah, someone did ask, how's Tim feeling about the whole Paris situation? How are you feeling about the Paris situation?
You don't want to get me started on it. Ain't funny, mate.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. That was just a snigger. It's not the same thing. Carry on.
You know how I am. I'm really bad.
Yeah.
Because if it's in Paris, it's going to be in London very soon, and it apparently already is already. And we're staying in a hotel near Gatwick. So if my anxiety wasn't on edge for it as it was already, it's now through the roof. I'll be doing a video because people have been asking how to. I've just booked a hotel in your favourite place. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, I'm excited about that.
But yeah, no, it's not good. I'm not in a good place with it. That's all I think about, sad as it sounds, because all I do is travel in hotels. So anxiety's sky high, but even more now than ever. See, there you go. Now you've heard it from the horse's mouth. It's not a good situation, is it? Has Tim got a twin brother or sister? So this is something I suppose you all never really knew about, really. He's got a twin. No, I don't look like her.
He's got a twin sister, and no, he doesn't look like her. They're not identical. Well, they wouldn't be identical because they'd be the same sex, wouldn't they? But then yeah, I don't even know if I've got a picture of Lucy. Her name is Lucy, by the way.
Want that done.
Well, what I would never show the picture on there.
No.
Some people want to remain out of the public eye. Although having said that, she does comment on the chat, so I don't know. She probably wouldn't be too fast. And she has been in my vlogs. So yeah, I don't think she's too fast because she wouldn't be in my vlogs. Right, anyway, coming back to some lovely comments that we've got. So I just wanted to read some out. I had a comment from Ellie S. I don't know if it's LS or whether it's LES. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but anyway, we know LES. She comes up on the Coffee Morning chats, doesn't she? So we're really familiar with her. She left a really nice comment on last week's Coffee Morning saying, another real life down to earth coffee morning. So glad I can mix with yourself and others. So there you go. It's nice that we've got the chat, really, isn't it? It is like a little bit of a community coming together. I love that. It makes me realise it's not just me that goes through these little setbacks in life, although I've spent many moments thinking it is. Thanks for lifting my spirits. It gives me something to look forward to every week. Also happy to add T1T to my vocab. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's such a lovely comment. Because obviously last week we did have quite a deep conversation, didn't we? About relationships. And the truth of the matter is, that is real life, isn't it? That is what we all go through. Some people are really lucky and they don't go through things like that, and some people do. But like, there's nothing worse, is there, when people sort of go, oh, I've got the perfect life, I've got the perfect relationship, we never argue and we never go through this and everything's so rosy and cozy. And it's like, yeah, but didn't you argue about anything? Like, not even what you're gonna have for dinner or anything like that, you know? And if you are one of them people, happy days. But I would say the majority of people, they do go through like turbulent moments. Do you know what I mean? Not everything's up, up, up. Another comment I got here was from Michelle Butterworth. And she said, hi, Gabby, I hope you're well. I just thought I would send you a message as I just watched your Coffee Morning from this week. I found myself really relating to everything that you said about relationships and how you need to work hard at them in order for them to work. Eventually, I did find my Mr. Right in Daniel, which is her partner. We are now married. I'm stepmom to 3 wonderful children. We've been married 2 years. I found your recent live Coffee Morning so inspiring. It did encourage me in such a good way. I subscribe to your channel and will be joining as a super louder very soon. You are all a lovely family and looking forward to seeing your future adventures. We'll be catching you for your live. That is so, so lovely. That is really, really nice. It makes me feel, hang on, there was a bit more. Live Coffee Morning as a new member next Monday. Are you with us today, actually, Michelle? Are you here? I wasn't sure if I shouted your name out or not. Are you here, Michelle? But that comment was really, really lovely. I thought that was really, really nice. And like, she got a happy ever after. Yeah, she's here. This is me, she says. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for watching. And just want to say thank you so much for sending that in. That was such a lovely comment. Obviously, some comments, like, when I go through them, they really, like, quite touch me deep. And I think, you know, it's really nice because it means that these coffee mornings, you know, they're worth it. Do you know what I mean? And people enjoy them, and that feels great. And then I know I'm doing something good for you guys, and yeah, it's great. And then the last comment that I got that I've took a screenshot of was, this person hasn't really got a name. They're just like user-QJ8XW. And I don't, yeah, and then there's like some more digits, but we could be here a while. And this person says, Gabby, since I've come across you and your husband's videos by chance, I don't want to watch the doom and gloom of TV anymore. Me and my daughter love and prepare ourselves for watching your coffee mornings, bearing in mind she's working from home. Just put the morning on pause and watch. So lovely. Oh, I think that's so, so nice. So nice. But yeah, also, me and Tim have been looking into doing how we can live stream the gig New Year. 100%, we're going to live stream the gig New Year. I've set that date off in my diary. I've had people inquire about whether I'm available New Year, and I've turned them down because I'm now booked out to you guys. New Year, we're doing this. It's going to be... Why is my battery going low? Hang on, wait. Ah, I hate that when you get up and your leg hurts. I don't get it. Shouldn't be going low, should it? Well... Oh, I don't know. Is it not plugged in properly? I don't think it was plugged in properly. That's why. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed looking at the back of the couch. So yeah, 100%. I'm doing the New Year gig. for the price of £1. And the reason I'm doing it for £1 is because the stream, there's a couple of reasons anyway. One of the reasons is I need, why have we froze? No, we haven't froze. I need to pay the company I'm doing the live stream from. They're charging me a fee. And so that money's going to go towards that. It also helps to cover costs from what I'm losing going out gigging on New Year as well. But it's also nice, cheap entertainment for you guys as well. So it's a nice, cheap live stream. So it's basically suitable for everybody, you know, and hope, well, that's if you want to watch. It's optional. You don't have to watch it. But that is the plan and we're going to do it. And a lot of you said that you'd be up for it. So that's great. But anyway, I did say that because we've got to put the preparation in place and link it all up and get it all sorted before I can sell the £1 tickets for it. So they'll go on sale this week anyway, so that you can, thank you, Wendy. I thought £1 was a bargain. I thought, do you know what I mean? Like, it'll help me cover the costs, and at the same time it's nice and cheap for you guys, you know, and it's cheaper than going down the pub, innit? So not that I'm knocking the pubs or anything, because obviously I need the pubs to survive, but it is for New Year. It's a bit cheaper. Don't tell the pubs I said this, all right? Because obviously they'll be going, you're taking the business away from us, and I'll be like, I'm sorry. But yeah, but obviously we're having a pub at our house, aren't we, now? So that's the way it's going to be. We're doing it online. So the tickets are going to go on sale this week. We're just going to set that up. But I did say that each coffee morning I'm going to pull out of a hat a song. So I'm going to get you guys to put all your requests in for the week, and then each coffee morning I'm going to put them down on paper, screw them all up, put them in a hat, or in my case a bowl or a mug, because I don't actually have a hat where I don't have one of them magician hats. I've just got other things. So I'm going to put them all in a bowl or whatever, and then I'm going to pull one out each week, and that's going to be on the song list. So basically that's what I'm going to do, so that way it's fair. So if anyone's got like a request, it also makes the coffee morning a little bit fun, you know, it's a little bit of excitement. And if anyone's got any requests, I'm making it fair, so it's not like, oh well, you're doing all that person's request but you're not doing mine, and I paid my £1 and so I just thought, well, if I do it like this, it's totally above board then, isn't it? And then that way it's picked at random, and then hopefully by New Year we'll have a nice, if we do it every week, we'll have a nice sort of lineup of what I'm going to sing, and you'll have a bit of an idea, and I might chuck some randoms in there as well. So it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really, really good. I loved doing the live streams when we were in lockdown. I really, really did. But it's just that since obviously work has started up again, it's been really hard to find the time to do a lockdown gig, you know, and because I've been gigging quite a lot, when you do get that night, you kind of just want to like watch a bit of like TV or YouTube, as we were saying, or a bit of Netflix or whatever, and you want to put your feet up, don't you, and just have 5 minutes or have a bit of family time. So it's really hard to find that time and get that balance so you can do it. And I did promise everyone that can't get to any of the gigs that I would do this, so this is a really good way of doing it, I think, anyway. So anyway, before I do go, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that's given up their morning this morning and listen to me rant and rave and rant and rave, because
Welcome to my life.
That's just charming, isn't it? But yeah, I can talk a lot, but you know what? I feel so much lighter when I've had my coffee morning. I feel like I've got it all off my chest, and it's great. But thank you so much for getting up your morning. Big thank you to the moderators that take their time out to filter the chat. I like to think there's not too much to filter out of the chat actually on a coffee morning. It's not too lethal, is it? So I don't think the job's too hard. I just want to thank as well the channel members. You can become a channel member if you want for cheaper than the price of a cup of coffee, actually. And for that, you get prioritised responses, customised emojis, and you get a badge next to your name. For each month that you are a member, it does change colour depending on how many months. And you also get to every month put a highlighted chat in as well, which is quite nice, like in the lives. So you get that. And if you want to go on the higher tier, which is just a little bit more, you get all of what I just said, and you also get some behind the scenes footage. Like I did do quite a little bit of a rant actually for the Super Louders this week, so there'll be more of that if you want it. You were like, oh god, how long is this going to go on for? I think it went on for about 13 13 minutes, me ranting and raving, but that was really nice. You were good company in the car, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, you can do that, but also want to just thank everybody in general for really giving up their morning. It means a lot. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. It's you know, it's lovely that you can support the channel. And if you haven't done so already this morning, I've got 114 thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, do hit the thumbs up and like, let's share the love this morning. So I'm going to go because we've got a lot to do this morning, and we've got, well, Tim needs a new pair of shoes because all this walking they're wearing out. So we've got to go and sort him out. There's loads to do today. And yeah, Craig, I might think I'll get him to buy me some lunch. I think it's only right. Don't you, Tim? Yeah. He just said yeah. Thank you so much. Everybody, have a lovely, lovely week. I will be putting my next vlog out, which is going to be the Center Parcs one that's going to come out this week. So look out for it. Make sure you've hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you soon. If you're going to do anything today, make sure that it is positive. Positive, positive, positive. See you later, everyone. Bye.